we're started. And so you come on around here with me. Hi, can you see me without it being like really totally weird? Okay, come on back to this book. Yeah. So I'm holding this book called The Muslim World, Part 1, The Age of the Caliphs by Bertold Spuler. And there's my name, which I wrote when I was 17 years old. And I was studying with a wonderful professor called Hanna Kassis, who's still alive. He's a professor emeritus at UBC here in British Columbia. And he brought these books over from Cairo for us. They're a facsimile of a book published in 1960. And Hanna Kassis was one of my very favorite professors. But here I'm showing you a fold-out map. Can you pull back a little bit so they can see? And then come on in here in the Frankish Empire. So this shows, there's those horrible Franks, and these are the horrible Visigoths. And then this is the beginning of the Muslim Empire. So here we have Arabia, and somewhere in there we'll see Medina and Mecca, the birth of Muhammad. And so the Persians were here, and this later becomes, the Byzantine Empire here. And then the Romans were here. But you can see they've turned into the Lombards, which were a northern bunch of barbarians. And then the Franks were a bunch of barbarians. And they drove the Visigoths out of France. So, and here's Aquitaine. M's ancestors were there. So you have, what happens here is Muhammad, the Muslim faith, takes over this peninsula. And then it moves along here. Then the Umayyad dynasty takes over, the big caliphate. They were merchants, and so they knew all the trading routes. They weren't all that popular with the super faithful Islamic people, but they were very effective administrators, and they spread their empire right along here, and then they moved into Spain, and they went right up to Aquitaine and were defeated in a great battle in 732 by Duke Odo of Aquitaine and the king of the then king of the Franks, who regularly sacked Aquitaine. They weren't really friends, but they allied together to defeat the Umayyad general here. They killed him just outside of Aquitaine, near the city of Poitiers, and that was 732. And that was the stopping line of the Muslims in Europe. They stopped right there. But they took all of this territory. They attacked Istanbul and were driven back. And they went this way, and they went over all the way to India and Pakistan, as we know. So I have the spread of Islam in the 7th and 8th centuries, this wonderful, wonderful book that's been a totem of mine since I was 17 years old. Here we have Europe and the Near East. These are the Crusades. And my wonderful, wonderful professor, Hanna Kassis, who has a PhD from Harvard and converted to Christianity, at least nominally, so he could go to the American school in Cairo. He was always very dodgy about his faith, but he taught me so much. And ever since I had the great good fortune to encounter him, I have been a huge fan of the study of Islam, which I think it behooves us all to take a page from his book and learn about Islam, which is what we're going to do this week. Thank you.